Yo, I'm gonna try to make this quick, but I really want to talk about Beauty in Black, spoiler alert, season 2, part 1 and 2. Let's talk about it. And the way I figured I'd break this down is character by character. I'm gonna just give the key highlights because there's so much to each character. There's so much that Tyler Perry wrote for each thing where it's like, damn. And I feel like it was brilliantly written. Season 2 was brilliantly written. And the end, that last episode, was the best closure cliffhanger that I've ever seen in a long time. Where I was like, wow. And I felt satisfied. Like, I can wait. I can wait. You know how those shows where it's like, damn, I don't know, it takes months and sometimes years before, if that. Sometimes a show gets canceled and you'll never know what happens after a cliffhanger. And usually Tyler Perry knows he be doing cliffhangers. Okay, he be doing those cliffhangers, and it's just like, ooh, I need that now. I need that episode now. Let's go. I'm ready now. But no, this was brilliantly written the whole way through, and mad impressed. I think the only critique that I have about this show is those slow moments where it's very repetitive and we're just kind of like, can we get to the next scene, please? Like, can we? I think that's the only thing. Other than that, love it. It was incredible. Let's get to it. So, first, I want to say spoiler alert. I will be giving spoilers on this show. So if you want to wait to see it, go ahead and see it. Pause the video and go see it. But if you're one of those like myself with some shows where it's like, you know what, I don't care. Let me be spoiled. I'm probably not going to watch the show or whatever. I want to see the reviews like this. I'm with you. I get it. Go ahead and get some popcorn, some wine, tea, whatever you want to sip on, because we're going to get to it. Okay. Also, spoiler alert, I'll probably bring up sexual assault here and there when it comes to what some of these women experience. Otherwise, I will not go in great detail about it. Let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to start off with Miss Kimmy, okay? Or should I say Mrs. Valerie? Yo, she did her thing, okay? She did her thing. Her character transformation, incredible. I loved it from the jump. Season 1 to season 2, there's clearly a 180. And she did her thing. And as soon as she got married to him and realized, yo, I have more power, I am able to lean on to all the skills that I've developed over time in my life and apply it. And she did that. She did from the jump, from the first meeting with the board, which is the family, everybody. She was able to get everybody in line and meet with them and be able to just get that earpiece out that Horace was on, because Horace was like, all right, I'm gonna guide you through the meeting. She was like, I don't need that, plap. And she was just like, all right, y'all got shell companies, okay? And shell companies, that was Mr. Roy and Miss Olivia. Roy and Olivia had shell companies. And she didn't know where that money was going. But she was like, hey, attorney, Varney, I'm gonna need you to get on with it, do some research, okay, and figure out what those shell companies are all about, and go from there. Okay, meeting adjourned. Also, she was like, yo, we're not gonna put money into certain places like radio, like we've been putting a lot of money into this. Well, yeah, and is it getting us anywhere? Not really. We're just putting money into these things, and let's allocate it in ways that's going to help us be more productive, like advertising online. Let's be more productive, let's get visible, let's get more money, okay, let's get more business. So that's where it's at. Also, let's talk with the people that are impacted from getting cancer from the hair products. Like, let's talk to them, let's figure out what we can do to clean this up. Okay, not in a hush hush. No, like, let's talk to the people. Like, let's not threaten them or any of that. Like, let's talk to them and see what we could do. And I'm hoping in season 3 that they better the products. Okay, let's make them healthier. But anyways, so within that, yeah, go Kimmy. She was on it. We're gonna talk about Mallory next. So Miss Mallory, and if y'all want to add anything in the comments, please do, because wow, Kimmy and Kimmy wasn't my favorite character. Mallory was from the jump. Season 1, season 2, favorite. Season 2, Mallory and Kimmy are up there, okay? But Mallory from the jump, very off-putting personality, okay, on screen. But every time she popped up on screen, I was like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna wear? Because she had it all together, okay? Like the confidence from the jump, okay? For real. She had the best outfits. But homegirl, she was at her limit when it came to her husband, Roy. Roy was doing too much when it comes to drugs and cheating. It was too much. And because he would be getting high in the office, he would be getting high out everywhere, everywhere, out late hours of the night and probably going to hotels, doing whatever. Yeah, he was doing a lot. He was doing way too much. And when it comes to Mr. Roy, he was having sex with this girl named Felicia. She was one of the prostitutes. And that's at the club that they all had to work at. And they all, as in like Kimmy, Rain, like a lot of people. Jules was like the head person that was trying to get everybody into doing, instead of going to jail for whatever crime that y'all did, that whoever did, you're gonna work for me. And you work for me in this club, the strip club, but also as a prostitute to pay off your debt. So that was the threat, and that was just what it was that a lot of people, 98 people apparently, chose to go ahead and do instead of going to jail. So with that said, that's sex trafficking, that's human trafficking. Yes. But anyways, Roy got one of the girls, Felicia, and he brought this girl to the crib, Mallory and Roy's crib to be exact. And you know what Mallory did? She was like, oh, okay. She's sitting there smoking a cigarette on the stairs. Roy don't even know that she's there. And he's showing around the house, giving her a tour, going to the bedroom, showing her the closet. Mallory's closet, Mallory's clothes. You want to try this on? Let's get on the bed. Let's close the door and let's turn up this music and get it popping, on and popping. Let's go. And Mallory said, oh, okay. And she got up. I didn't know where it was going, but I was here for like eating popcorn, here for wherever this was going to go. And this is where I went. Okay. She got chains. She got chains, tied it up around the doorknobs, and then got a locked it. And then she went out, got a car, turned on the car, put the tennis racket on the gas pedal. Car went. Thought it was a 2-story place, but for some reason that thing landed right into the room that Roy and Felicia was on. And I think she also added gasoline somewhere in the picture. But fire, flame on, the place is burning up. And guess what? Mallory's there smoking a cigarette. She was so fed up that she was willing to die, but she wanted him to hurt. And he was. I don't know how Mallory made it out alive, Roy made it out alive, Felicia made it out alive. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And so they were able to get out of it though. Officer Alex came and he was able to help save them, get him out. Officer Alex got her out of the situation and took her into his place and was able to, and then Roy was able to follow them. Somehow he was able to drive after getting hit by a car and the home being consumed in smoke and flames. But anyways, he was able to get out, and I don't know what happened to Felicia's at, but she ain't there. Okay. And Roy is there though, and he is just like, you tried to kill me. And she was like, I'm gonna try to kill you again, and got a gun. She got Officer Alex's gun and then aimed it towards him, but missed. But just like, she tried killing him twice. So that happened. And then after that, she also tried to kill him or hurt him really bad, and Felicia, because they decided to come to the office and dancing, and just, she's at the job. Felicia's at the job. She's in the office. But they're twerking and doing what they're doing, and she's just like, look, I don't like feeling humiliated. I don't want to feel humiliated. This runs deep in my childhood. And so she gets this hot pot of coffee and pours it on Felicia and Roy. And again, I don't know how he made it out, but anyways, the hot coffee poured on them. And Felicia's like tweaking on the ground, looking like a dead insect, or half dead insect, I should say. You know, when you squash a bug, look at it, sometimes they still twitching. That's what was happening. So she's on the ground getting whatever degree burn from the hot pot of coffee. And then I thought Roy also got hit, and I think he did somehow, but he's still cognizant enough to put his hands around her neck and start choking her. And then Kimmy and Rain hops on them and jumps on him, as well as when and now all three of the women are on his booty, and they going in, they on his ass. And so that happened. But Mallory, she's dope. What I loved about her was she many things, but like one of the things that I really loved and appreciated her for this season is talking with Rain and Kimmy like, we're not enemies, we're in this together. She recalled things about both of their childhoods, their upbringing, their backgrounds, what make them so strong, but also being able to relate and connect with them, where it's like my parents treated me like shit, and then also I was a foster kid, and being able to relate and connect, and they were able to have that bond and be like, okay, Kimmy has the missing pieces. Let's hear what we can do. How can we collaborate together to take all these mofos down? So with that said, shout out to Mallory. Next thing, we're going to talk about Rain. Rain. So when it comes to Rain, she is a trip. She got the green hair, and she is, or blue hair, my bad. But I remember seeing though, Mallory was like, so sit down, lady in green. But as far as like Rain goes, her mission was to save homegirl, one of the girls that were prostitutes that were gonna get a BBL. She was trying to save them from getting that because she got her ass shots, and she went through that, but it's not a healthy medical procedure. It's very unsafe. And her, even though her butt looks good, she says when she takes off, it's all because of padding, and when she takes off her clothes, it looks like death. This is not what you want. And so she goes with the girl. Well, she goes, and then she was not prepared though. That's the thing with when it comes to Rain, she's not prepared. When she has a mission, like, I want to do this, it's all with good intentions, but there's no plan. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, there's three people. It's the one that's giving the BBL, the one, their medical assistant or whatever, and then another person to help them, like, hey, like, you good, like, just do it, like, you good, like, to just kind of calm down the nerves a bit for the person that's getting the BBL. So with that said, that's three people on one. And what is the plan, Rain, when you go in the hotel room? What is the plan? So she goes in there, she has a pistol. Luckily, Officer Alex was there with his military or police, just boop, 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 like, just accuracy is on point. So that's what's happening, and they're able to let the girl run, be free. Even though she's witness, like, just let her go. It's fine. Like, she won't say anything like, we saved her life, etc., etc. So, cool. The second thing that happened, again, good intentions. Good intentions. She saved her life, okay? Well, with Rain, now she want to buy the club. You got all this money from Mr. Horace, and you for Mr. Valerie, and you're wanting to buy the club. The club. You buy the club, cool, you got the club. But prostitution is still happening. It's alive and real when it comes to this club. So what is the plan then? I don't know, but she got the club. But that is what it was. She was able to get her revenge, and she was able to save somebody's life, and she has a club now. So next thing, Sylvie. When it comes to Sylvie is Kimmy's little sister. Now, when it comes to Kimmy's little sister, she is a whole trip. What I write about her? She's young, dumb, and as Snoop Dogg would say, young, dumb, and full of cunt. Okay, that's just what it is. And so that's what it is. Kimmy said, she gave her specific instructions. You stay home. You don't do nothing. You stay home, and that's what it is. And so she's young. I'm gonna look over, be by the stables. I'm home. Cool. I'm still safe. And I'm by the horses. She has googly eyes for this man, and he happens to be Jules' son. She don't know. She don't know that. She knows what Kimmy and Rain and Angel, what they had to go through, but she doesn't know, like, who this man is. It's just like, oh, he's a cutie, I'm gonna talk to him, and da-da-da. Googly eyes, they go up to the barn, or whatever that attic thing is within the barn, and then they're having sex. And then Rain and it's just like, yo, where's Sylvie at? And then she goes, she realized, okay, she's at the barn. Let me go see, like, check on what's going on. Homeboy is on top of her, and they're having sex. She thinks it's rape because of all this sexual assault that she's been through, and she doesn't want this basically a little sister her to go through either. So no, I'm gonna save her. Instant survival mode. Boom, let's get this man off of her, and then let's just get away, get away, get away. So she gets like this pitchfork or whatever that thing is called to like pick up hay, and then so she's pushing him out, and then doesn't realize, but pushes him out the window, and he falls out splat, just like Hillary's fiance from Fresh Prince when he did the bungee jumping. I love you, Hillary, or marry me, Hillary, something, and then splat. That's what he looked like. Was there guts? Was there brain splattered, like brain guts splattered on the concrete? I don't know, but that was a lot of blood. So I don't know how he was able to survive. Okay, I don't know, but that happened, and that's Jules' son, and he's in the hospital. Another Montel, we don't get to that. But for now, we still talking about Sylvie. So she's just like, yo, it was consensual. This was consensual. I wanted to do it, etc., etc. She wants to visit him. She does in the hospital, even though she was told not to. Stay your ass home. That's just what it is. She get a wig, or one of Kimmy's wigs, something, and that wig is just sitting, and it looks like she's sleeping, the old trick. And so people think that she's just in bed all day and night sleeping. But that happens. And so she's at the hospital. Jules sees her like, why are you here? What's going on? Tell me what's happening. You know, nobody tell me the truth. So what's going on? So now we got them two at it. And basically, when it comes to Jules, I need you to give me answers. You're Kimmy's little sister. Like, I'm gonna use you as leverage. So he kidnaps her, takes her to the morgue, basically still threatening her. Tell me what happened. I don't know nothing. Don't do nothing. We don't know what he did to her. All we know is that he was able to finally let her go because he realized that he needs Kimmy. So to take everybody else down. So with that said, because ain't nobody telling him the truth, ain't nobody doing nothing, but all he knows is that Kimmy's the one that has the power right now. So he has to be in her good graces. But Sylvie, don't tell anybody nothing, is basically what he said. So, and she was let free. And what I finally understood when it came to Kimmy's little sister Sylvie is that when she was laying in bed and Kimmy was able to talk with her, she was just like, look, I did it. I felt so bad, like I was taking advantage of him because I was trying to get her stepfather out of her head, because like Kimmy was abused by their stepfather sexually. Her little sister also was. So she was trying to get him out of her head. It's trauma response. It explains it doesn't excuse it, but that's what happened. And you know what? It's valid. And I feel for her, as far as just like, damn, like that sucks that happened, and she had to go through that, and that's what she did to get through it. But when it comes to the whole thing, as far as like the next person, Angel, yo, you were supposed to be looking out for her. You were supposed to be looking out for her. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, this is what he was doing. Taking advantage of Horace's money. Taking advantage of his money and having all this power. And it's like, literally, there was a hit put on you. You're supposed to be dead. You're not even supposed to be here. Why are you doing all this extra shit? And going to the club and spending $38,000 on bottle service. What? This is what we doing, and you using one of his favorite cars. Okay, baby mama finds out about what's going on, goes to that club that he was at, and busts up his car looking like this right here. The outside of the car, Horace's car, Mr. Ballery's car, looks like this, crumpled up and just bashed in so many times, graffitied. It's just ruined. His car is ruined. Horace is like, bring me back my car. Where my car at? And Angel's like, I'm so sorry. Like, it was so bad that Mr. Ballery, Horace, literally had the club shot up to end the nonsense, stop the money being spent, because it was going to be more probably than $38,000. He was just getting started, okay? So you put an end to it, bring back my car. That's Angel's new mission. All Angel had to do was be his friend. Be a little eye candy for Horace. That's all he wanted. Just some eye candy. And just a friend, somebody to check on him. Hey, you still alive? How's it going in Italy as you are getting some help? How's that going? Also, shout out to Miss Sylvie, because Sylvie was the one that got Mr. Horace into Italy, as far as like, hey yo, there's like he was very sick, and she was just like, hey, there's this medical doctor and facility and treatment that you could do that could probably heal you, and he did it, and he's there and he's healing. But we'll talk about that. Now, when it comes to like, as all that's going on though, Angel ain't doing nothing. He is not checking on homeboy. He ain't doing nothing. No gratitude at all. I remember he was on the phone with him, and he was just like, hey, yo, like, I'm on my knees begging you, like, please forgive me. And Horace is like, how do you know that I can't see you right now? Like, how do I know that that's not true? And then he's like, well, you can see me? And so he gets on his knees, and he's like, okay, now I'm on my knees. Good night, goodbye. Like, click, that's it. But he's over him. And Angel gets upset that so remember the girl, there's the girl, and there's a girl and a guy. There's two people, and the girl she was gonna get the BBL, but Rain saved her. She has a brother that's also a prostitute. So it's brother and sister prostitutes in this strip club, right? So we got those two people. They end up at Horace's place because they're gonna be used as witnesses to bring all these mofos down. So they're at the place, and then Angel's looking at him like, are you my replacement? Like, what is this? So he's just mad that he's there, and then he realizes why he's there, as far as to be witnesses, and he's like, okay. And it was like, you doing too much. You doing too much. You doing too much. You don't care. And I need him to care. And it really sucks, because it could be, all he had to do was be a friend. We gonna talk about Alex. We gonna talk about Mr. Officer Alex. My mom said from the jump, he is probably in the FBI. He working undercover. And guess what? He probably was. Okay? It took a minute, but it's like, man, the accuracy when it comes, yes, the accuracy was on point, but there was just a lot of things, like him having a tracker phone on Sylvie's phone and being able to find her at the end when he realized, oh, she's missing. And then also being able to have just to know, let me put a tracker on Varney's car as he was there was just so many little pieces where it's like, oh, okay, he was undercover. And even if he wasn't undercover, because he was not in the last episode of the show. He was not there. Because in that last episode, Jules realized he's not to be trusted. And so he wanted to see him anyways. So with that said, he did his thing. Even if he was a part of like just needing to pay off his debt or whatever it was, he wanted to be on the other side, the good side of being able to take them down. So with that said, he definitely did his thing in a lot of different ways. He helped Rain save a girl. He was able to help find Sylvie in the very end. He was able to help Varney, the lawyer, to get through and get the witnesses to help bring them down. He was able to help them in a very intense car chase where you have the officers. Man, he was just so smart, because the way he was talking to people, like, and building trust with Rain and Kimmy, like, he was building trust. He was putting certain phone conversations on speakerphone, like certain phone conversations with Jules, or not with Jules, it was with the other officer, Officer Traxon. This officer right here, he was able to like have him on speakerphone as Rain was listening in on it. So it was just, he was making a lot of smart decisions, and these decisions was in building trust with people, and just it's all about choice at the end of the day. And he was making choices to help build trust and help bring results. So with that said, shout out to Officer Alex. He did his thing. The next thing is, also in the very end, I think he had feelings for Mallory, because he undercover, and she was like, are you gonna have sex with me or not? Okay, she be talking like the way the biracial girl from Sinners be talking, the way she talks to I forgot one of the brothers, but he was the red one. He was the red pill. Let me stop. But he was man, I need to look them up, because the way she be talking to him is the way She be talking the way Mallory talks. It's similar. It's just like I told you when I was talking about Mallory, it's off putting. It's so off putting. But it's just like, huh, wow. Okay. Okay. That's what we're doing. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, this girl right here. The way she be it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. By the way, great movie. Definitely suggest it. But we gonna move on. So if you know, you know, like definitely look into it. But anyways, she was basically saying like, "Are you gonna fuck me or not? Like, what are we doing here?" Because Officer Alex needed to take her home after the whole thing with where are we at? What part at this point? After everybody came up with the plan of like, okay, we are all gonna take down these people. We have our plan. This is what it is. Next day we're gonna be, let's get some sleep, wake up fresh, take them down. Okay, we got a plan. Bada bing, bada boom. She was like, oh, Officer Alex, can you like take me home, or no, take me to your place because I can't go home and da 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 da. Officer Alex was like, yeah, okay. But the way they were talking in the car, flirting. He was like, shoot, I'm gonna treat you better, okay? And you're gonna find out one day that I'm special and bada bing, bada boom. So I think season 3, there's gonna be something there for sure. But when it comes to, I think that's the only thing I wanted to say. The last thing I wanted to say. When it comes to Horace, Mr. Ballery got healthy in Italy. Like, I think that's all I really want to say. Okay, like he's always been the HNIC, and then Kimmy became the HBIC. But when it comes to Horace, he really did his thing. Like, just the whole time he's always had the most power. He's got eyes everywhere. Like, he just knows things, and he was able to just help. I'm glad he became healthy, and at the very end came into the meeting and to help take them down. He was just like, yeah, I'm healthy, yeah, I'm walking, I'm smoking a cigar, okay? And he got his nice suit on, and shoot, he got in that chair, and they looked at him like he was a ghost because he was on the verge of dying, and so he survived. He made it. So I love that for him, and that he was able to finally have his moment, and I'm excited to finally see him healthy and what that's going to look like for season 3. Now, when it comes to Roy, just dumb. I talked about him a lot when it comes to Mallory, but just the drugs, the cheating, it's too much, and he's just a wild card, loose cannon, not smart, just making decisions and not even like realizing that Kimmy has always had the power ever since she married Horace. She's always had the power, and he just did not want to believe it, and he was just, I don't know. He's very delusional. But that's Roy. I don't like Roy. And then there's Charles. Charles is the other brother. Now, when it comes to Charles, dumb decisions. Barney the lawyer. He loved him some Charles. Oh yeah, that's Roy. This is Roy right here. But yeah. But Varney loved Charles so much. And Charles kept screwing him over, having sex with other people, doing drugs, and it was doing too much. And Varney was trying to let him know, like, look, these motherfuckers try to rob you. Or no, I don't know if Varney knew that part, but Charles sure as hell did. And he tried robbing him and got through, like, somehow got away with that. Didn't succeed, but they're at the club, and then the guy's trying to basically rob him again, but trying to do it in a way where it's like, I'm gonna be secretive about it, you ain't gonna find out. And so it's like, yeah, try to rob you, but like, let's do drugs. Like, I'm not wanting to do that anymore. And then Charles somehow was just like, okay, that's some good cocaine, let's do it, I'm gonna take you to my house again. He tries to rob him, and Charles, he shoots everybody. He shoots the people that tried robbing him. He goes Atlanta Chainsaw Massacre on their ass, and that's just what it is. I'm just like, Tyler Perry, what are we writing? He literally had chainsaws, like slicing people. And then, but yes, he's in some shit. And then Olivia was like, okay, she was the only one that was able to help him. And she had her crew clean up the mess, but she had a crew apparently come and clean up the stuff for him. But that same crew is the ones that robbed him of $40,000. He got robbed twice, basically. And so, ugh, a mess. And Olivia, luckily, he got a recording of her doing that later on, not realizing. But before all that happened, she was like, "Yo, 250,000, 250,000. That's how much it costs. It's expensive, and I'm gonna need you to pay for it." She robbed him because she broke. He broke. Everybody broke. Making dumb decisions. She be gambling. She got all these people. She got 3 6 Mafia. Let me stop. She got basically people that are very powerful. We don't know who the man is, but we know who their workers are that are like, "Hey, yo, you owe me money." So I'm curious who that person is that's running the gambling or whatever business. But she's in trouble because they pulled up and it was like, bow on her kneecap. They sledgehammer on the kneecap. So now she in the hospital laying up like, damn, like I'm in the hurt locker. Yeah, you screwed. Okay. Olivia's fun. She be getting on my nerves though. Like amazing, amazing, amazing actress. I love me some Olivia. I like Mallory more though, I ain't gonna lie. But Olivia, beautiful, beautiful person, actress, and on this show, ooh, she a whole trip, okay? A whole trip. But yeah, when it comes to that, and then we got Jules. I'm glad we were able to get a background of Jules because we didn't really know too much about him. We just know that he at least has a double life, but now we learned on this he's got a triple life. Not only does he got a wife and kid over here, but on another side he got a son, as we've seen, who was splattered. Um, but was still alive in the hospital bed. He ended up dying, by the way. So, but we learned, okay, who's the son, who is the mom, who's the baby mama. And so he goes to the crib like, "Hey, yo, like your son died." And she's like, "Damn." She ain't even tripping, like, "Bye, little nigga." Like, what? But she got a man. They got drugs. They slinging drugs around. Like they're selling coke or whatever. I got all these men in the home, and it's just a bad neighborhood, just bad vibes. It's not good. And she was like, "Yeah, he probably died from seizures. He had seizures," and she's just like, "You wouldn't know." Da da da. And so she's like, he's just sitting in the car, and then he sees red and goes in and just shoots everybody up in there, and then leaves. And that's just what it was. And Jules is a mofo, and he just knew that everybody's just losing power around him, and things are about to go down in this meeting tomorrow. So the meeting the next day with Kimmy and Mr. Horace, apparently that was a surprise, and then boom, and they all got it. But anyways, then we got Norman, he found out about his wife. Norman found out about his wife because Roy was just so fed up with all of what Homegirl was doing, trying to these 3 attempts of murder. And so he's just like, "Look, your wife, yeah, she got uh and Mallory was the one that ran her over." So Norman's freaking out. He's a hothead because he burned a house down. He burned one of the judges down that the Bellery family be working with. And so because I forgot why he burned that house down, but he was like basically a threat. So he's just like, "I'm gonna burn your house down." He's hot headed though, and he be doing that type of stuff, blowing things up. And so he was probably gonna get. I was like, is he gonna kill Mallory? Is he gonna kill Jules? Because Jules knows that Mallory did this and hid it. So it's just like, what's gonna happen? But Norman found out about wife. Weird saying. But that's Norman, and then we got Varney. Varney, the lawyer. I discussed it with my family, and we were like, Varney has the most power. As the episodes were going on, we were like, who has the most power? Is it Mr. Valerie? Is it this person? Varney. He's the attorney. He knows about everybody's business and knows what's going on. The thing he didn't know, though, that was the missing puzzle piece, was the money laundering, the shell companies, the prostitution. Like, he didn't know. He didn't even know that Mrs. Valerie, aka Kimmy, okay, and Rain and Angel, and what they had to go through, as well as the 2 witnesses that are in place. So he's just like putting everything together, and it's like, okay, here's the plan. We're gonna take all of them down. Let's get it. So let's talk about the meeting. Let's talk about the meeting. Okay, let's talk about the meeting. First of all, I told you Mr. Horace came in. All right, cool, cool, cool. And then we had everybody just falling down like dominoes. Cops came in, got them all out. Boom. Now, Roy, Norman, and Jules are in trouble for prostitution. 98, or it's in the 90s as far as how many people were prostituted. And then we got Olivia and Norman. They got the shell companies that they were illegally laundering money in. And then Then we got the gambling and or she wasn't tried for gambling, but she had to go because of the shell companies. So all of them gone. And then we got the murder. Oh, Charles. And Charles was gone because of the what he did. He was defending himself, but he was shooting up the people from the people that tried to rob him. And so gone, 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 gone. Jules needs more counts because he literally murdered a whole group of people in a home. Mallory, and I think this will show up in season 3, but where the hell, where's she at? Because it's bye Felicia, hi Felicia, because she gonna be brought up in the picture if she's alive still from the burning, and probably press charges on Mallory for trying to kill her 2 times because it's from the fire in the car and then also from the hot coffee. So if I was her, I definitely would sue for sure. But I understand where Mallory's coming. It's just like it's messy, okay. But Mallory, and it's not looking too good for her. But we'll see because somehow she was able to get away scot free because at the end of the day, she wasn't part of none of that illegal stuff. The only thing she got is running over somebody, running over and killing Norman's wife, and then also attempted murder 3 times for Roy and 2 times for Felicia. So I don't know what's gonna happen in season 3 with her, but there's that, and I think everybody else is good. But yeah, Officer Alex, I can't wait to see what happened between. Is Felicia still alive? What happened with Officer Alex when it comes to? I would love to just know what is going on with him. I would love some backstory. I don't want to start from the present day. I need to see what happened within all of these. Like, I need an episode called Officer Alex. I need to know what happened. I would like the details, please. Please, please, please. I need that. But yeah, what do y'all think is gonna happen in season 3? Let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments below. What do y'all think about my reaction and what's your reaction? Because there was so many things that was going on this show. But yes, I'd love to hear it. And thank you for listening to my rant onto the show because I had to let it go. And I'm so glad I was able to do that. But yes, Beauty in Black, check it out. Season 2, part 1 and 2. And if you haven't seen season 1, check out that as well. But I'm ready for 3. They said at the end of 2026 or early 2027. I'm hoping if it is part 1, part 2, that I need it to come out this year. I need answers. But the way that last episode ended brought so much beautiful closure, and I'm here for it in a lot of different ways. But there's still some lingering things, some plot holes that we need to kind of get covered. Let's see. But yes, it's the final season apparently, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. And we'll see all who's going to be included and go from there. Much love, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.